テストテスト。テストテスト。あれ。シャーロック・ホームズの続き遊んでいきます。今日2回目ですね。
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
あ、そうそう、なんかね、旅行行くっぽいことをお話しされてました。ずっといるね。
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby. Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
1週間。
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight.
怖っ。
It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
次の日、非常に朝早く。めちゃくちゃ怖い。幽霊じゃん。事件。消えた列車の謎を解明する。
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
現場を観察する。列車が消えた経路を調べる。なるほど。違った。
Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible, is it, Holmes?
そうだね。おお、なんだこれ。あ、いけないや、これ、あ、ごめんなさい。あ、ついてきてくれてる。幽霊列車みたいだね。お？なんもない。線路降りて、あ、ここから先行けないよっつって。あ、ちょっと。ない。 ないですね、線路には。
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
じゃあこっちか。L1 ある特定の機種非常に効果的。
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
じゃあ列車は
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
これが昨日のじゃないかもしれ
There
な
are
い
no
ですね。
tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
地図。あ、駅員さん。喋れないや。
Railway post bags.
なるほど。喋れないぞ。あ、ここから入れるわ。なんだこれ。
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
各駅への伝言。ロビンソン氏はブリドリントン駅にいる。
Here is the train set.
列車編成路線ノッティンガムからロンドン片ロンドン&ノースイースタン鉄道324号編成蒸気機関車淡水車一等車郵便車特別貨車がロビンソン氏の注文であと2等車。
A telegraph.
電子機ないね。証拠のいくつか操作内でも活用することができ、その場合に特別なアイコンで記される。会話内で尋ねる。駅員さんかなあ。
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
れだ。名誉記章。なんかここ汚れてない？泥のシミ。結婚指輪。戻ったな。あと1個なんだ？あと1個なんだろう。なんか反応した。白髪頭。
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please. Take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
ありがとう。
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
それはさっきもらった。
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
See you later, my good man.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
何か運んでいたか突き止める。駅員さんかな。あれ、私一人抜けてんのかな。現事件で達成できる。あ、抜けてないや。出てくる人だ今ので。よかった。これか？違う。線の図くれるみたいな。
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
違うな。あ、こっちにも部屋あった。気づかなかった。
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
て感じ。違うか。周辺地域が載った地図を見つける。地図どこだ？まだあった部屋が。
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
違った。なんで地図ないの？
A telegraph. A telegraph.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
あ、これかな。これだ。
This map will be useful.
やったー。ノッティングハム。路線図、イーブシャム駅で見つけた地方鉄道の路線図。特別滑車が運んでいたものを突き止める。突き止めるんだね。ブリドリントン駅に行きたい。
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
ありがとう。乗客に夜間列車に居合わせた乗客に関する情報を収集する。イーブシャム駅の駅長はブリトリント駅で乗客の問題があったため列車が遅れるとの知らせを受け取った。聞けるのかな。
The entire train has
もうここ
disappeared.
ではダメだ。
It's a disaster.
駅だ。
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Railway post bags.
鍵ついてるか開かない。いけない。寝てる人がいる。
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Mm. 作業着。なんか入ってる。安い券。既婚。あと一人。あと一人じゃない。一つ。なんだ。あ、こっちだ。きめの粗い花。
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid, and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
なるほど。 残っている乗客、こちらの乗客の手と服装からして何か専門的な労働を職にしているようだ。荷物はなく一人で乗っている。旅行しているわけでもない。夫人と一緒に休暇を取っているわけでもない。彼は通勤列車を利用している。このため鉄道には慣れていて、駅に着いても熟知している。男は常連客の一人だ。イームシャムの駅長。男は60歳代、結婚して長くなる。袖にはまだ新しい土壌が付着していることから、こちらの駅長は園芸に熟知していると言える。名誉気象が彼が長期にわたり勤務を続けていることを語っている。これらすべてから彼は平穏無事な人生を送りたいと願っていることがわかる。あ、ロビンソンさん。
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
は嫌味な感じ。わざと仲間間違えたでしょ。オーストラリアの帽子。高価な衣装。重みがある金の指輪。金持ちだね。あ、装飾的な靴。ワニ革。
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes
なんかグル
Chilean
なのか
company.
な、チームでやってるのかな。チリ人は列車に残ったチリのバルカザス社の取締役を除いて全ての乗客が列車から降ろされた。ブリドリント駅の通過後に乗車している客は彼らだけだった。乗客もろとも消えた列車は乗客全員と乗車していた鉄道職員もろとも消えた。これじゃない？あ、やった。事故。チリ人が列車に取り残されたただの偶然だった。車掌が彼らを見落としただけだった。絶対ないよ。チリ人は残された。チリのバルカザス社の取締役は列車の中に残された。検察係はチリ人以外の乗客全員を列車から降ろした。これで行こう、とりあえず。まただね。
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
じゃあさっきの車掌さんとも話さないと。床の隙間1枚だから。
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
試作品の保険証券番号256548トーマス・ L ・ロビンソン氏によって作成された自立型発電機の試作品に関する保証。試作品の損失が生じた場合、その価値に対して 50% まで保証します。最高保証金額15,000ポンド、一重100銭、5000ポンド、保証有効期間1年、更新可能。
A telegraph.
会話内で尋れる。自立型発電機と知られる試作品の価値なる保険証券。この人に駅のこと聞かないとね。遅れるって言った。ない、この人。
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
若年。清潔な衣類。あ、違った。指導書。あ、なんかインクのシミ。
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
チェスターフィールド駅からの電報。チェスターフィールテスト壁列車番号324打ち明けねこれまあ12時半というか足12時35何これ暗号トーマス・ロビンソンの高価な服や金の指輪が彼は裕福な男性で高い社会的地位を持っていることを示している独特な帽子と間違ったオーストラリア製ブローチから彼はおそらく外国人で一時的にイギリスに来ていると推理できるかもしれないおそらく商用目的でここにいるのだろうこれだチェスターフィールド駅の報告書チェスターフィールド駅駅長の消えた列車に関する報告書は間違いだらけでほとんど読むことができない列車が突然この駅を通過したかしなかったのかについて彼の証言を確認することは難しいあこれあの人かな
Don't touch anything, please.
もう終わったから開発した人かな
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from
I
doing.
apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
ロビンソンの旅行カバンを調べる旅行カバン多分ここにはないよね
Don't touch anything, please.
預かり室に持ってきますみたいな
Railway post bags.
あこれだ
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
お 多分これ違う。これこうだ絶対。ずれてっちゃうな。あ、こっちにもあるやん。やったー。
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
契約書以下独占販売契約書。なんでこれたまに赤になるんだ。あ、なるほど。
An exclusive sales contract.
独占契約書は自立型発電機の試作品に関する契約書です。エメストン電気会社買い手はこの装置を現状融資で購入することを理解し、また同意したものとみなします。
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
トーマス・ロビンソン売り手は売却後に試作品に何らかの問題が生じた場合、それを売却時に各当事者が記知していたか否かに問わず責任は取らないものとします。買い手は本契約書に署名した時点で試作品価値の 10% を前払いとして支払う義務があります。残り額残額っていうのか残り額っていうのか分かんないな。1月以内に振り込む必要があります。
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
名前違うの？あ、違うわ。以下独占販売契約書は自立型発電機の施策に関する契約書。次、香港のゼネラル電気会社だ。
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
結局なんか起こってもお金ロビンソンさんに入ってくるってことじゃないの？
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
これあれだ、バルガサスチリ社だ。
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract.
次メディソン。
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
これだね、試作品の保証特別滑車で運ばれたロビンソン氏の試作品には多額な保険がかけられていた。試作品は革命的な方になるようだ。と、これだ。試作品多くの書いてロビンソン氏は彼の紛失している作品を多数の客に売るつもりでいる。彼はすでに複数の契約者から多額の前払い金を受け取っている。詐欺か？あれ違うの？革命保証。違う。これ違うんだ。ロビンソンの動機、彼が作成した保険と複数の不正な独占契約のおかげで試作品の品質がロビンソン氏に多額の金額をもたらすことになる。詐欺か？
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
ロビンソンさんに聞こうかな。
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
ここまでだ。
This Robinson fellow seems suspicious to me.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Don't touch anything, please.
間違った。じゃあチェスターフィールド行こう。お腹空いてきたな。めちゃくちゃ今アイスが食べたいですね。アイス食べてくるかな。何かあるかな。チケットオフィス。
This bin is full of empty bottles.
A telegraph.
モース信号のアルファベット。
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
虎の巻かな。あれ大丈夫か？この人寝てない？大丈夫？
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. His breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions. Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
めちゃくちゃお酒飲んでるじゃん、赤い花。気根。おいおい。期待を叫び。何これ。釣りと。なんだと。あ、潔癖な色に。清潔や。おかしいな、でも。
The station master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
おお。なんて言ってたっけ。飲みすぎじゃない？
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
会員チェスターフィールド駅の駅でずっと酒を飲んで昨日はかなり酔っ払っていた。チェスターフィールドの駅長はアルコール中毒だ。顔色、特にその鼻が疑う余地のない特徴。それでも夫人は夫の面倒をよく見ているようだ。平らで取り乱している。明らかにことにも果たせるような状況ではない。ふむふむふむ。チェスターフィールド駅を念に調べた方がいい。これなんじゃない？チェスターフィールドの電報、チェスターフィールド駅長は電報で経済列車の到着と出発時刻を報告したけど、当てにならない。チェスターフィールド駅長は遊び半分で仕事をしているようだ。彼を信頼できないだろう。チェスターフィールド駅を通過した駅長が本当に報告を送ったのか確かではないが、列車はチェスターフィールド駅を通過した。チェスターフィールド駅は通過しなかった。列車はチェスターフィールド駅を通過しなかった。駅長は先に酔っていたので、彼の証言では確かではない。列車を確認せずに報告を送ったかもしれない。とりあえずこれにしとこう。ちょっと調べた方がいいって書いてたので。
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
A telegraph.
調べよう。
locked.
あ
There
れ
is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
こじ開ける。あ、またこのパターン。あ、いっぱいあるね。違います。あ、あった。お邪魔します。なんでこれ。
Bags were recently dragged here.
あ、
French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
ダメだね。
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. Railway post bags. French.
Mm, 普通に反対だからね。
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights. And heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train
全然列車見
itself.
て何かだったのかな。
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
列車の跡はない。手漕ぎ機動車と予備部品。解体された手漕ぎ機動車と予備の部品はチェスターフィールド駅で見つかった。列車の跡はない。列車は忽然と姿を消してしまった。最後に列車が目撃された場所には何の手がかりも残っていない。課題。偽列車の実験。解体された手漕ぎ機動車がこの事件などに関係しているようだ。手漕ぎ機動車を復元して消えた列車が再現できればやってみる。はい。見たっけな。この駅員さん、郵便物からお酒、まあ自分のじゃないけど取ってるじゃないですか。ほんとね、あれ普通に会社クビになりますからね。懲戒解雇されてましたよ、私の会社。それもどうなのって聞いて思ったんですけど、そういうのがあって、
I should use the appropriate object here.
適したものを使った方がこれじゃない？
I should use the appropriate object here.
どこにくっつけるんだ？
I should use the appropriate object
なんだこ
here.
れ。動かす。あ、いけた。
I should use the appropriate object here.
取り付け場所どれだろう？
I should use the appropriate object here.
あ、これかな。これ？違う。あ、これか。
I should use the appropriate
土台。
object here.
あ、これだ。あれ？話大ぞ。あー、反応しないですけど。あれじゃあまだだ。なんか今光った。どこ光った今？あ、違う、これじゃん。あ、せっかくついたのに。何これ、反応しませんけど。もういいかな。もういいや、飛ばそう。
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle. We need to attach a headlight and a steam whistle.
使い道を見つけ、役に立つ長い竿。ジェスターフェイド駅につい最新に利用された道具がいくつか置いてある。しかし駅構内で作業があった箇所はどこにもない。あ、聞いてくださいって言って。あ、これじゃない。ここ入った。
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
作業員。
Who were these
雨
workers?
悪くなっちゃうよ。
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
なるほど。
I need something long for the headlight to be attached.
あ、これだ。
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher.
消火器ね。あった。
The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here.
調べる。
First of all, let us pump the pressure inside the extinguisher. The steam whistle is ready to be used.
で、おお。
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
この解体されている手こぎ機動車はこの謎と深く関わっているように思える。手こぎ機動車を復元して、これやったね。チョコで検索する。じゃあチョコで、あ、その前にこれだ。 こ うん。予備の部品が見つかって、偽の列車、イーブシャム駅の列車、誰かによって偽造された。これだ。もっと前に消えていた。列車はイーブシャム駅に到着していなかった。実はもっと前に消えていた。誰かがチェスターフィールド駅で手漕ぎ機動車と予備部品を使い列車に真似ていたものだ。はい。イーブ、どこで調べろっつったっけ。書庫で検索。書庫。あ、これだ。
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
はい。あ、なるほど。ちょっと待って。方向的には移動できない。こうじゃない？違うんですか？あ、これだ。
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
行くとこが増えた。鉄道の分岐点から先の視線を調査する。チェスターフィールドからイブシャムの間を走る石切り場に向かう視線を調べる。イブシャム鉄道視線を調べる。とりあえず行くか。詳細版路線図。この地区のすべての支線は詳細鉄道路線図。なんかあるぞ。これなんか関係ないのか。あ、違う。こっちだ。
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
終わった。特にない。何駅なんだろう。いや本当にアイスが食べたい。いやー開いてなさそう。
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
憂鬱としてなんかおかしくない？ボタンが1個取れてる。指輪の跡。時計はしていない。
Goodbye, sir.
あ、待って待って待って。
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph. Just the same as all the other nights.
Goodbye, sir.
なんか違う気がする。
Watson, would you like some tea?
No. Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded...
後で調べよう。ドンカスターの液晶。液晶は薄状態にとして左手の薬指に依然指輪をはめていたような跡が見られる。あ、なるほどね。最近離婚した可能性がある。だらしない格好をしているところを見ると一人暮らしに不慣れのようだ。彼の液晶時計が見当たらない。なくしたまた盗まれたのか、それともどうしても金が必要になり質に入れたのか。どうだろうね。会話内で調べる。ちょっと調べてから行こう。
Railway post bags. This post bag belongs to the station master.
弁護士の手紙。コーウェル法律事務所ロンドンブロムリーメイン通り BR69HJ。 先日いただいた警告書のご返事として支払うべく借金の分割金の最終払いを間もなく満たすことができますのでどうぞご安心ください。ケイグ・エドワードだ。あ、借金。
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
ドンカスター駅駅長の妻宛ての手紙。ノッティンガムシャーベイスフォードアルペン通り7番。愛する妻へ、今回は私を信じてほしい。もうすぐ住宅ローンを返済できる。十分なお金が入ってくる。この数日には期待できる。君の希望通り、君は今後も続けてその家に一人で住むことができるだろう。僕は君のことを今でも大切に思っている。それだけは分かってほしい。ここ数年、私は君に精神的な苦痛を与えてしまった。だが、いつか君が私を許してくれることを願いたい。さようなら、エドワード。あ、ドンカスター駅で不審な詳細。調べようって書いて
A funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
怪しい。
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
とりあえずこうだ。なんか線が見える。なんとなく分かったかも。こうだ。これ線を全部合わせてみないといけないから。やっぱこっち向きだね。こうだ。こうだ。やっ
A
た。
greenish brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
これ昨日散々迷ったので、なんとなく分かった。やり方が昨日で知ったので、やり方分かったからよかった。はい、じゃら。
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
これだね。
Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
終わった。ドンカスター駅にいた不審な男はリカード・ターレントを吸っていた個室の高いメキシコの高級葉巻だ。この男は少なくとも数日間この場所に滞在しているようだ。
Newspaper articles on horse racing, hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
すごいね。
Betting slips for horse racing. Betting slips for horse racing.
回転させる。
The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
A telegraph.
「高額な馬券」。ブクブク言ってる。
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
これ借金してるから借金を返済しようと思って、まあそれも方法もどうかなとは思うけど、まあやったんだったらそうなんだって感じですけど、奥さん離婚の原因でね、その言ったら賭博なんで、費やしてて奥さんに精神的苦痛与えてたんだったらダメなやつですよ。
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
別にね、賭博もね、身の丈に合った金額を使うなら全然いいと思うんですけど、身の丈に合ってたらね。ただ依存症ぐらいまでいくと、いやダメだと思いますけどね。やばいと思う。娯楽も必要だよ。身の丈に合ったね。試作品。浸水した。違う気するけど、あ、これだった。ドンカスタ駅を通過した。列車はドンカスタ駅を通過した。駅長がそう報告している。ドンカスタ駅を通過しなかった。列車はドンカスタ駅を通過しなかった。駅長は嘘をつき虚偽の報告を送った。ひょっとしたら絶望的に必要だった賄賂金を受け取ったのかもしれない。こっちにしよう。で、水場。 つ今じゃないや、こっちだ。気になるけど。メキシコの人はどこ行っちゃったんだ。喋れるのかな。なさそう。いやもうダメだ、私めちゃくちゃアイスが食べたい。今の時間食べるとね確実に太るんですけど、もういい、食べよう。なんでまあ11時前だしいっか。ちょっともう今日はやめます。見てくださってありがとうございます。アイス食べてきます。ありがとうございました。終わります。